So Alt brings up the shortcuts for you, and then sorting is another data group, the data tab. So press A, and then sorts is the shortcut for sort is SS. So just press S twice, and then we have our sort popped up for us. So now it's asking us, we have these options here. We have add level, delete level, copy level. We are not working with this. So we want to see sort by. There's a drop down here. So we'll just click on the drop down, and then we want to sort by the review rating. So we'll click on review rating. So remember, it is very essential that your data should have headers. All right, it's very important because when you're coming to sort, that is what you will use to do your sorting. Otherwise, if you check that if you uncheck that my data has headers here, it's going to work with the columns, right? So you have column A, column B, column C, and the rest, which might not really be very helpful. So just check my table as headers, and then we want to work with review rating. So click on this. So do we want to see it from the smallest to the largest, or we want to see from the largest to the smallest? In this case, smallest to largest will mean that all the reviews rated ones will come first, and then the twos, then the threes, all the way to five. But we want to see the largest first, right? We want to see the good reviews first. So just select largest to smallest, then we'll click OK. And now you realize that all the reviews rated fives will come. Then when we scroll down, after the fives, then let's see, we have a lot of fives. I think the data set in itself is quite large. So right, so you see that right after the five, then we have four, and on and on and on and on like that. Till I think we'll get to, let me see. So we'll get to three, two, and then one, and like that. So that's how you do your sorting. Another thing we can also do, we can sort by the product category. So we can change this from review rating, and then just select product category. So do we want to sort from the from the last alphabet the to the first, or we want to sort from the first alphabet to the last? So A to Z or Z to A. The typical option is A to Z. So we'll click OK. Then the first alphabet we have is E, which is electronics. So when we scroll after electronics, let's see what we have next. Then we have F, so EF. So we have furniture, and on like that. So that's another way to sort. So that's the basics of sorting. We can also sort by the date, so the purchase date, right? And so this one changes from largest to smallest, or A to Z, to oldest to newest. So that means the oldest date will come first. So we click OK, and then you see that January 2023 comes, and then January 1st, and January 2nd, January 3rd, and on like that. So another thing we can do with sorting is to do something we call add level. So let's see how that works. Let's say we want to see the review ratings. All right, then we want to add a level. We want to, so after sorting by the review rating, then sort by the product category, right? And then I'll explain what that means. So we want to see the largest to smallest, and then product category A to Z. So when we click OK, so all of the ratings rated 5, all of the reviews rated 5 under electronics are going to be shown here. And after the reviews rated 5, we would have, let me see, okay, so we have electronics rated 5, then we have furnitures rated 5, and then when we go on, we have office supplies rated 5, then we'll come to ratings on the 4, then electronics comes, and then furniture comes, and on like that. So that is basically how you add a level to your sorting. If you want to delete a level, you can just click on the level you want to delete, and then let's say we want to delete the review rating. You can just click on delete level and then it's gone. So when we click OK, it is sorting by the electronics category. All right, so A to Z, okay, and then all of the electronics will come first. So now you see that the view has changed. So instead of having the furniture come after the 5 rating for electronics, you see that the electronics rated 4 is coming now because all of the electronics has to come before the other things will come. So that is basically what the major things that we do with sorting, right? So that's it. Are we good to go? Any question? All right, so let's move on. Let's go to the basic filter. So filter is quite straightforward. There isn't much to there isn't much to this. So just come here. I think most of us are already familiar with these things. So I'll just move a bit fast. So again, filter can be found here as well. You can just click on the filter here. Otherwise, we'll come to data and then we have filter here. We can uncheck it. Then we check it. Then it comes here. So you can filter by the date. All right. So you have this thing called date filters. If it's a recent data you are working with, so you can just select um, last month or this month or next quarter or last quarter, tomorrow, today. So it gives you the option to choose the date that um, or the range of the dates that you want to filter out. All right. So you have that option here, and then you also have the option to select the specific date that you want to work with. So by just expanding this, you can also filter by that. All right. And then we can also filter by, okay, the region here. So text filter, we can also do something like this. Say we can come and search, say north, right? You can type north here. So when we click OK, anything that includes north is going to be filtered out. This can help you when you are working with quite a large data set, and you are looking for, say maybe in your cache book, you are looking for a specific name in a certain range. So you can just come and filter. If you type that name in this search, it's going to bring it all out for you. So anything that contains that particular name is going to be filtered out for you. So we can just clear filter from region here. Everything comes back to normal. And you can also filter, um, for instance, let's use our conditional formatting, right? We want to highlight text that contains Paul, all right? So we click OK. Okay, I have to highlight the whole thing. So conditional formatting, text that contains Paul, click OK, and Paul is highlighted here. So when we come to our filter here, we can filter by color. All right, can filter by color. Then we'll just so you can filter by the cell color, or you can filter by the font color. So the font is what was changed to red, and then the cell was changed to this color. So if you want to filter out anything containing this color, we'll just select this color, and you see that Paul has been filtered out. All right, that's how you can also filter with color. And we can also filter, let's clear these out, and we can filter out the the cells that does not have any color, so that is no fill. All right, so I just click on this, and then all of the things containing the color is gone. So that's it with that. So we can just clear this, and we can clear our conditional formatting too by coming to clear rule, clear from selected cells, and we are good to go. So again, what else? We can filter number. So we can do number filters. So greater equals, so let's say equals 800. When we click OK, oh, there was a sale for 800. So let me see, let me change this to 500. Why is it not coming? There is literally 500 here. So equals 500. Okay, let me see. So greater than 500. Okay. All right, so this works. So everything that is greater than 500 is going to pop out here. I'm not sure why the 500 one is not coming, but I guess there is something I'm not doing right. So greater than or equal to 500. In this case, it will include the 500 as well. Okay. And then you can also do top 10, or you can reduce it to top 5 here. So the top 5 sales are going to be filtered out. So that's another thing you can do with your filter. So um, for the basic filter, that is what we can do with it. All right. So that is what we can do with a basic filter. So we've looked at sorting, we've looked at basic filter. The next thing we would want to look at is not in this file. So we'll close this file and then we move on to another file titled the 3 advanced filter. So we'll open these up. Okay. Are we on the same page?
Moses, yes, we are.
All right, awesome. Awesome. So let's move on. All right, so we're here now. We want to look at the filter function first. And for the filter function, you begin with equal to, all right, filter. Now, what is the goal that we want to achieve at the end of this day? We want to filter out. So we have this list of African billionaires, the country they are from, their industry, all right, and then their net worth. So we want to filter out those from South Africa. So we'll just do equal to filter. So it says filter a range or array. So we'll open the bracket. So he's asking us. So again, remember the syntax, right? So the syntax is always your guideline. Always let the syntax guide you. So what is the array? The array is this entire thing. All right, that's our array. Then comma. What should it include? It should include this range. Okay, this range where D, please go on. Let's hear you.
Please, my filter, when I put a function there, it gives me filter, it only gives me filter X XML.
Are you using Office 365?
Yeah. Oh, please, I'm coming. Let me confirm.
Do you have something like this on your, where you have this autosave on your Excel? Or go to file, right? Go to
Mm,
file, then go to account and see if you're going to see Microsoft 365 there.
no.
Uh, that's why, I think that's why you don't have it. So some of the functions are, so Office 365 has all of the latest functions. So if you're not using Office 365, you might not be able
Okay.
to have it here.
So
But
what I
we'll still
have
look at,
is Microsoft Office Professional Plus 2016.
no, 2016 is a bit far.
Okay.
Yeah. But
No
we'll look
problem.
at how we can use advanced filter. So we
Okay.
should still be able to achieve something similar. All right. So we do equal to filter. Then we open our brackets. Then we select the entire array, right? Then comma. What should it include? It should include this country, right? Because this is what we're looking for. So we should include this range. And this range should be equal to this. So we can either click on this, otherwise we can just bring in a text. And remember that anytime we are bringing in a text, the double quotation has to come, right? So then we can type South Africa, okay, and then we close the brackets and then enter. Then it pops out all of the people from South Africa for us. Okay, if we change this to Egypt, sorry, I didn't spell it well. Okay, so all the people from Egypt will come, right? So that's the first level of the filter. Another thing we can also look at is say when we have a double criteria. When we have a double criteria, now we are looking at those who are from South Africa and also manufacturing. So it means that even if the person is not from South Africa, but the person is into manufacturing, we still want the person. Yes, I am sharing my screen. Kindly check your network. Vivian, kindly check your network. I'm sharing my screen. So now we are looking at two criterias, right? So again, we'll begin with equal to filter, right? Equal to filter. We open the bracket. Our array is still here. We highlight the entire thing, all right? Comma. It should include the country, okay? And it should be equal to. This time we will not type South Africa. We'll just click on it here. Plus, okay? Because it should be this and this, right? So when we are adding, we are saying bring this and this together, right? So that's what we're going to do here. So the industry, so we want those from manufacturing. So we'll highlight this again and say equal to manufacturing, all right? Then we close our bracket. Now, what one important thing we have to do is that we have to put, before we do the addition, we have to put the two criterias into brackets. So where we have, well, let me just write it again. So equal to filter, right? So that it will be clearer. So the array, okay, comma. Then we open a bracket. Then we select the country, and it should be equal to, I can just type it. So South Africa. Then we close the bracket plus the industry. I have to open another bracket. Okay, the industry should be equal to manufacturing. All right, close the bracket twice, and then I think we should be good to go. That's the feedback.
I believe the South Africa, you didn't close the this thing.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Thank you. Awesome. So enter, and now it is. So now you realize that it is bringing Aliko Dangote because Aliko is into manufacturing, even though he's not in South Africa. Aliko is into manufacturing. Okay, so that is the reason why Aliko is here. All right. Now the next thing is you see that even though we are highlighting from cell B2, which is the where we can find the heading is not coming here. Now just follow me closely, okay? See that the heading is not coming here. So in that case, what we'll do is we'll come back here and then we'll write a function behind filter. So we'll come behind filter, then we'll write a function called vstack. VS. So you see that it's already coming. VSTACK. Then we open a bracket. All right. So array 1 is already what we have here. Or no. So when we open the bracket, we just highlight the heading. Okay. We have to highlight the heading. Then we'll bring a comma. So the array 1 will be the from the rank to the worth, right? So that's B2 to F2. Then we'll bring a comma. So array 2 is what we have as the filter, right? The filter function that we wrote. So now we'll come here and then we'll close the brackets and enter. Then our heading will come. Are we on the same page? Did we get that?
Can you take that again?
Okay, sure. I'll do that. I'll do that. Now, we have already written this code, right? We've gotten our answer. But what we want is that our headings should come, because with this one, the heading is not there. So we'll just come and write a new function called vstack. So we'll come behind the filter after the equal to, then we'll write vstack, VSTACK. Okay. Then we open the brackets. After opening the brackets, we'll highlight the headings. That is from B2 to F2. So rank, name, country, industry, and worth. We'll highlight the whole thing. That is our array 1. Okay. Then we'll bring a comma. So when we bring a comma, it's asking us array 2. Array 2 is the code we have already written, which is the filter and this whole thing. So now, because we've opened another bracket, we have to come and close it again. So we'll just close the brackets and then enter. Then the headings will come. Is it clearer now?
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
All right, sure. Now we are going to do another thing again. We are saying that we don't need the rank, we don't need the country, we don't need the industry. We only want the person's name and then his net worth. So in that case, we want to choose the columns that Excel should show us, right? We just want to choose the columns. So in that case, we'll come again behind VStack, then we'll write a function called choose cols. Okay, choose cols. So choose COLS. Okay, then we open a bracket. All right. In this case, the array is this entire code that we have already written. Okay, then we'll come after the last bracket over here, then we bring a comma. Now you realize that it is asking us column number 1. What is our column number 1? So which column do we want to come? So you see that we have I think about how many columns here? Rank 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 columns, right? So rank is column 1. So we want the name. So the name is in column 2. So we'll just type 2. Then we'll bring another comma. Then we want the worth. So name is 2, country is 3, industry is 4, worth is 5. So we'll bring 5. So we only want the name and then the column, right? And then the worth, sorry. So we're done. We close the brackets, enter, and then that is what it is going to show us. Are we good, or I should take it again?
One more time.
Okay, sure. I'll do that. All right. So we're saying that we want only the names and then the worth. We don't want to just copy this thing and go and be deleting and deleting. We can just write a function that is going to give us just what we want, right? So we'll come right after equal to, then we type a function called choose codes, which is this one. Okay, choose codes. All right. Then we'll bring a comma. Sorry, we'll open a bracket. Sorry. Okay, we open a bracket. Now it is asking us what is the array. The array is this entire thing that we have already done. So we'll just leave this entire thing there and see that right after the array is asking for column number. So we'll come here and then we'll bring a comma. which column numbers do we want? We have 5 columns. So rank is column 1, name is column 2, country is column 3, industry is column 4, worth is column 5. We want only the name and then the worth. So it means that 1, 2, name is 2. So we'll bring 2. That's column number 2. Then we'll bring a comma. Then the next one we want is column number 5, which is worth. Then we'll bring 5. So those are the only two things that we want. So we'll close our brackets, enter, and then we get a feedback. So just the name and then the worth. So one thing Excel allows you to do is you can work on the, you can, what do we call this again? You can format the cells, yeah. So you can just format this, make this green, make this white, and you can just do these as say all borders, or say thick outside borders, and this as well could be thick outside borders, and we make this bold, increase the fonts. So you can do anything you want with it. So, and this is it. So it's just here that we have written the code, and then we can just do all of this out here. Are we good?
Yes, we are.
Awesome. Now let's look at how we can use the advanced filter function. So we'll just ignore this thing that we have here. So we come to data, right? So we have this thing here called advanced. D, are you there?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So we have this command here called advanced. So we'll just click on this. So what we want to do is what we did here, right? What we did here is what we want to repeat. We want to filter out those from South Africa, all right? So click on advanced. Now it is asking us what is the list range. So we have three things to work with here. So the list range is this entire thing, okay? So we'll highlight the entire thing. Now it's asking us what is the criteria range. In this case, the criteria range is, so I have to do something first before I do that. So we have to bring out the header here and then the criteria that we are looking at. In this case, it is the country and then South Africa. So we'll just come here, copy this, and then paste it here. This is very important. So we want the billionaires from South Africa, right? So country and then South Africa. So we just come here. So we'll come back to advanced. So the list range is this entire place. Okay. Then criteria range. The criteria range, this time we are going to highlight the two, the country and then where we can find South Africa. Okay. We'll do that. We want to copy it to another location. So where do we want to copy it to? We want to copy it here. All right. So we'll just click OK. And then we get the same thing here. Is that clear enough?
Again, please.
All right. So let's go again. So this is the thing with the advanced filter. When you do it, deleting it doesn't respond to Control Z. Like, look at this. So I'm undoing all of these things that we did here. But when I come back here, this is still here. So that's the issue with the advanced filter. It is stuck. So, but let's go again. But remember this, that the criteria range, when we are working with the criteria range here, you have to bring the header and then the criteria that you want to filter out. So you have to bring the two to this place so that you can highlight the two at a go. I'm going to show you something else. We'll go back briefly to the basic filter and then I'll show you something else that we can also do. So these two, right? So we'll come to advanced filter. Let me just delete all of this. Okay, so list range. So the list range is this entire data set, right? So we'll highlight the entire thing. So click on the first one, Control Shift right arrow, and then down arrow while holding the Control and Shift. Now our criteria range. Our criteria range is the country first, then Control Shift and down to highlight the header first, and then the country as well. Then we come to copy to. Where do we want to copy it to? We want to copy it somewhere here. Then we click OK, and then it pops up for us. So unlike the, let me just do this. Let me change this to Nigeria and T. So it doesn't change. That's the thing with the advanced filter command. It is static, right? But when you are using the filter function is more flexible. Let me see if this is going to change. What did I do here? Okay, over here I just typed it out, right? So let me come back here and then select this. That's cell I2, right? So let me just type I2. What is going on? Country. Okay, let me just write it again. Equal to filter. Go to this. Okay, now we are changing this to Nigeria. Now you see that with the filter function, when you reference the cell that you want to use, it is dynamic compared to the advanced filter function that is static, right? So we can just come back here and then we change this to, can just copy this and then we change this to Egypt, and then we get another different answer as well. So that's one of the benefits of the filter function compared to the advanced filter command. So that's it. Are we good? Can we move on? All right, awesome. So that's it. We are done with the advanced filter. Okay, I said I wanted to show you something here. With the advanced filter, again, you can let's look at the sales for instance. So the heading, remember, we bring it here, and then we want to look at sales above 500, right? So you can still use the advanced filter here as well. So come to advanced. So the list range has already been highlighted for us. And the criteria range, we are going to highlight these two. Okay, sales and then the criteria. Then we want to copy to. Let's copy it here. And then we say okay. And then it copies it out. So everything above 500 is copied out here for us. So that's advanced filter for you. So yeah, that's it. That's it. All right, let's move on. It's almost 9. Let's move on to the, should we do lookup? Yes, let's do lookup. Let's do lookup, and then we'll see if we'll be able to do data validation today. Otherwise, we'll do that tomorrow. Okay. So let's open our lookup function. This shouldn't take much time. Are we on the same page?
Yes, we are.
Okay, awesome. Great, thank you. Now, we want to look at the lookup function. Sorry about that. The lookup function helps us to return a value based on what we have in a particular data set. I'm not sure how best to explain it, but I believe with the example that we are going to do, we should be able to see it. Now, we have these items here, okay, these perfumes, and then we have their prices here. Now, what we want to do is, in a case where we have a large data set, we can't be scrolling through, we want to do something whereby when we have a certain name here, the price should automatically pop up here. So when we change the perfume name, the price of the perfume should come. When we change the name, the price of the perfume should come. All right. So we'll just copy any of this and then we'll paste it here, paste values. Okay. Now we write a function like this. So equal to VLOOKUP. Okay. Now look at what it is telling us. It is telling us that looks for a value in the leftmost column of a table, then returns a value in the same row from a column you specify. So VLOOKUP, okay. So open the bracket, lookup value. What is the value that we are looking for? We are looking for this particular thing, whatever is in this cell, okay. Then comma. The table array. The table array is from this serial number to the amount and then the entire table. Okay, then we'll bring a comma. Now it's asking us what is the column index number? What we want to return is what it's asking us now. We have this as serial number as column 1, items as column 2, amount as column 3. So we'll just bring column 3. So because we want Excel to return the amount and the amount is in column 3, right? So we're done there. We'll close the brackets, enter, and let me see what is happening. Let's see, VLOOKUP, looking for this, comma, and this is the table array, and column 3, close bracket and enter. All right, now, so we are getting an NA error, and the reason for that is this. When you are working with VLOOKUP, the lookup value, which is this, has to be in the leftmost part of the table. Now, let me just start again so that it will be easier for us to follow. So when we type our VLOOKUP, right, this is the lookup value. Now, the next thing it is asking us is what is the table array? The guideline for VLOOKUP is that the lookup value, which is this, should be in the leftmost part of the table array. Now, if we come and highlight from serial number 1 all the way down, in that case, which is this, now this is a table array, right? But you see that the serial number now is in the leftmost part, not the items. So instead of highlighting from here, we'll just highlight from the items, okay? And then select all of this and then remove a comma. So now that is our table array. So the column index number now, so what we want Excel to return, which is the amount, is now in column 1 and then 2. So the amount is in column 2 now, not 3, because we didn't highlight serial number to begin with. So we'll just bring 2, close our brackets and then enter. And now we get the price for this particular perfume. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Let me see. Is it giving us an approximate match? Okay, right. I think that is where the problem is coming from. Now, after bringing in the column index number, we'll bring a comma. Now, it is going to ask us, do we want an approximate match, in which case we'll select true, or we want an exact match, in which case we select false. Now, we want an exact match, so we'll just come here and select false. Let me see. So false, close the brackets and enter. So now we should get a correct answer. So YSLY is 1980. Now if we come down here and then we copy this Arabian Tonka, instead of typing, we just paste this. Now the price of this also comes over here. Okay, so we have this price. So we have this as well. The moon come here, and then the price of these also comes. Any question? Is there any question about VLOOKUP? Now, I think you're going to appreciate the lookup function when we are practicalizing something like, say, a payroll system, and then we build a payroll system, and we are trying to do something like a pay sheet for, not a pay sheet, like, what's it called? A pay slip for each and every employee. So when we practicalize that, I think it will be more appreciated. Now let's look at XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP is a recent one, and it's a bit more straightforward than the VLOOKUP that you have to be counting. D, please go ahead.
So in case you are looking for maybe two items, right?
Yeah.
Does the formula remain the same? Because I just tried it and I noticed that even though it gave me the correct answer, the table array
Yeah.
has shifted. So it means you have to use absolute referencing for the table array, or
Yes. Yeah. So you mean you were dragging it, right?
yeah, so I just added another item and then I just dragged the formula from the first lookup.
So you mean you did something
I
like
got the
this?
answer correct, right? But
Okay.
then the amount is correct, but the lookup function the when you go to the lookup function, the array table array is different.
Yeah. Yeah,
They
because
are
yeah,
shifted.
exactly. So like you're saying, so you have to make the table array absolute, which is this. So from
Okay.
B3 to C22. So we make it F4. Because what will happen is, in this case where I've dragged this down, if I now select this first one and then I bring it here, so I'm going to get an NA error because it's the table array is starting from B4, which is here. So like you're saying, so we have to make this absolute before we drag it. So make this a 4.
Okay.
So Control D to copy, and then we'll get our answer.
All right.
Okay, sure. Now let's move on to XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP is a bit more straightforward. So let's use Yara for it.